Good evening, everybody. How is everybody feeling tonight? Are we ready for the Startup Texas Pitch Fest? All right, we're going to get started. So I invite everybody that's over there in the front, in the back, sorry, to come down and have a seat so we can get started with our program tonight. So, welcome to the Emerging Industry Demo Day. This is one of our signature events here at RGV Startup Week, but it has a long, long history, and I'm very proud to tell it tonight. So tonight, you're going to see something very special. You're going to see a number of entrepreneurs and founders that have taken a long journey with Startup Texas program to come and be here tonight and pitch to you their venture and their innovation. So we're very proud of them. They are the future, hopefully, of the Rio Grande Valley, and we're very proud that we have been able to work with them. Tonight's format has two parts. First, selected companies will present live demos on the main stage. Then we have a showcase. So after the last presenter presents, they will be able to open their showcase, which will be in our room in the back, which is the PNC room, and they will be able to talk to you one-on-one about their innovation and their venture. So we invite you all that after we take the judges for deliberation, you take advantage and go over there and kind of talk to our founders as well and have that opportunity to connect with them. So let me tell you a little bit about this program, and let me tell you a little bit about the history. First and foremost, Startup Texas was a concept that was developed for the eBridge facility. So, and as you all know, the eBridge is a partnership between, BCIC, the Brownsville Community Improvement Corporation, which, they're basically we're the roommates here at eBridge, and the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley. The idea was that we needed to create a space for founders to have an accelerator program, to be able to scale their businesses and their ventures as they continue to grow and scale. Some of them are coming in just with an idea. Some of them already have a minimal viable product or a prototype. And some of them are already scaling and have traction. They're all at different stages of development, but we support all our entrepreneurs and our founders for one reason. We want them to have impact, economic impact in the Rio Grande Valley, specifically in the city of Brownsville. So we're very proud to be part of this program called Startup Texas, because it really brings this type of founders together and to really show the Rio Grande Valley that we have the talent here, that we do not need to find it somewhere else. And that in my own personal experience, I have been able to work with these companies for 4 months. These founders have been with us for 4 months. They started with a pre-acceleration program, then went to a second phase acceleration program, and now they're here in front of you. So they have worked very, very hard for 4 months to be able to prepare this demonstration for you. So we're very proud of them. As UTRGV, I'm very proud to say that we are the facilitators of the Advance Up curriculum, which powers Startup Texas. And this program was created for this type of founder. And we bring the best speakers, the best mentors from across the nation and beyond our borders to be able to support our entrepreneurs moving forward. So this program is open. We have one cohort coming up in the fall. So if you know anybody that might be interested in joining our cohort for next fall, please find anybody that has a shirt like this, literally, or a BCIC, BCIC shirt or pin or a UTRGV, and we're able to give you more information. So, everybody knows what we do? Yeah? Okay, great. So now we're going to start talking. We're going to start our program. So first and foremost, I want to introduce our judges. These 4 individuals that are standing here in front are leaders in our community, are leaders in their industry, and I'm very proud to present them tonight. To start off, we can introduce, and please give a round of applause to Mr. Trey Mendez. And I will call you Mr. Mendez, but I know you, so I'm going to call you Trey. So Trey is a lawyer, born and raised in Brownsville, Texas. He is a graduate of the University of Texas School of Law. Trey was sworn into office as mayor of Brownsville in July of 2019 and served until May of 2023. Prior to becoming a mayor, he served 9 years as a trustee for Texas Alamos College, and he is a co-owner of Dodici Pizza and Wine and the Mendes Law Firm. But the most important part for me, he is an angel investor and advisor. So welcome, Trey. Thank you so much. Mr. Daniel Silva. Mr. Daniel Silva, he's right here. In his new role, he serves as Vice President of Entrepreneurship and Innovation for the Brownsville Community Improvement Corporation. Daniel is a seasoned economic development leader with more than 20 years of experience driving regional growth, business expansion, and workforce advancement across the Rio Grande Valley. Welcome, Daniel. And I know I'm going to say this wrong, but I'm going to try to say it anyway. Jorge Egusquiza. Sí, we call him Coco. So Coco is the executive director of the Digital Hub in Monterrey, Mexico. He is a senior executive in innovation and technological transformation with more than 15 years of experience leading high-impact initiatives across Latin America. He has experienced innovation from 3 complementary perspectives: as an entrepreneur, as an executive in large corporation, and as an innovation ecosystem builder, giving him a comprehensive results-oriented approach to addressing digital transformational challenge. Welcome, Coco. And finally, Ms. Stormy Garza. I'm so proud of you, Stormy. So Stormy Garza is a technology license associate in the UTRGV Office of Technology Commercialization. Stormy is from the Rio Grande Valley area, pursued her undergraduate studies at University of North Texas, and earned a master's degree in biomedical engineering at Renaissance Polytechnic Institute. Welcome, Stormy. I gotta get my notes. Hold on. Oh. So let me explain the format. Each presenter will have about 5 minutes to 6 minutes to present, and then we'll have a 4-minute Q&A. This will allow our judges to have enough time to ask some of the questions to our presenters, and they will be timed. So we will have, a timed presentation. They will come on stage. Please give them all the confidence and an applause as they come up, because they've done a tremendous work. It takes a lot to be up on stage and do a pitch like this. So make sure that you give them all the love that you can as they come up here, because we're here to celebrate them. We're here to make sure that they know that what they've done for the past 4 months is valuable, and that's important for us, and as an audience, to provide that confidence for them. So appreciate the support for them. So that's the way we're going to run it. So are you ready to get started? Yeah? All right. So our first presenter, is she ready? Ladies, our first presenter, is she ready? Yes. So our first presenter is Ciara Perez, presenting medical advocacy and support. So we're going to give you all a fun fact about our presenters tonight. So I'm just going to give you her fun fact. So Ciara is a black belt in Shaolin Kung Fu, and she used to teach martial arts in Thailand. Welcome, Ciara.
Think about your parents. Now, what were to happen if they were to get sick? Something that maybe you might need to help with. That's where the fear comes in, the stress. What are you going to do? What questions are you supposed to ask the new doctors? That's the moment when patients realize that the healthcare system isn't meant to guide you. I'm Ciara Perez, and we are building the system that will, with mass medical advocacy and support. This is rooted in a true story. This is my dad. He was a physician. He dedicated his life to medicine. He was in the medical system, so he knew how it worked until he got sick. He was sent from hospital to hospital. And before he passed, he said, "Mija, I have dedicated my life to medicine, but the system has failed me." So if him, as an expert in his field for so many years, was unable to navigate it from the inside, what chance does anybody else have? The problem is that the system is fragmented. It's a maze without a map, and it's no fun to find your way within it. Patients are sent from different hospitals to different physicians, specialists, home health systems, specialty skilled nursing facilities. But all the facilities don't connect with each other, and some of them don't even send the information about that patient. So the whole picture is not always sent and played out. We solve that with one solution. We give every patient a navigator, an easy-to-use, cross-platform compatible system, a digital healthcare infrastructure that combines the whole picture and puts the patient as a partner in their own care. We don't wait for the system to fix itself. We navigate within it. We create a system that has 3 views, one for the patient, one for the provider, caregiver, and one for the navigator. Creating cross-platform, real-time connectability, allowing the patient to have control and support in their own care. This is not a small market. It is a large and growing market. In the Rio Grande Valley alone, for every 1 physician, we have 2,230 patients. And with South Texas being an access gap, it's even larger. So we start here at home, but we scale at a national level. We seek revenue 3 ways. First, direct to customer through subscriptions, advocacy packages. Then through businesses with institutional licensing. And add-ons like workshops, programming, planning, and training. And the solutions within this market are not complete. They focus on the provider, or the patient, or the data alone. We integrate all 3. And our team is over 76 years of combined experience in AI, tech, healthcare navigation, medical advocacy, and caregiver support. But this is something real for our team. Everybody in our team has experienced this from the inside. So we start with the MVP. Then we scale into institutional pilots. We start with at home, here in the Rio Grande Valley, then to Texas, and then multi-state expansion. We project that we will surpass $1 million by the end of year 1, and half of that time we will have reached our break-even point. Today, we are asking for $250,000 in seed funding to build the digital platform and operations. But we are also asking for strategic partners who can help build, connect, and scale. This is not just an investment opportunity. This is a chance to change how people experience the worst moments of their lives. So I'll leave you with this. Patients aren't asking for a perfect healthcare system. They are asking for clarity, connection, continuity, navigation, understanding. My father didn't have that. And we are building the system where others will. And if you are ready to join us on our waiting list, scan that QR code and be the first to know when we are ready to launch. You focus on healing. Thank you.
Okay, judges, we have 4 minutes for questions. You may begin.
Well, I'd like to go first. First of all, I want to congratulate you on tackling such a daunting environment. I mean, we already don't want to go to the doctor. We already don't want to seek medical care. So, getting past this makes it even harder. So give me a little bit more information on the technical aspect of it. I know that there's, do you integrate with systems that already exist within medical complexes or?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry. Yes, so we will integrate with the systems that are already there, like MyChart and other systems that are already working. And all the doctor has to do when you go to a new provider, go to a new facility, if they don't have all your information or you're unsure if they do, you can share it with them. Tap, touch, scan, all of it will be integrated so that way it pulls up on their screen and that you can share it. Now you will have access if somebody accidentally connects and it's like, nope, you're not my doctor, I don't want you to have that. You do have access to be able to share it with whom or whom not you want to share it with.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
I have to hold, oh, okay. The hardest part is figuring out the microphone. Yeah, great presentation. Whenever I'm looking at a company, I always look at the founder first because I don't see anybody wanting to invest in a company if the founder isn't strong or the founder doesn't actually believe in it and what it is that they're doing. So you checked that box and you did a great job on that. And you certainly have the motivation and background. What I was kind of curious about is what the hurdles are, because whenever you're doing something like this, the first question is, why didn't anybody else think about this, right? So I assume that there's some sort of hurdles regarding data or HIPAA or other kind of things that you're going to have to navigate in order to actually give somebody access to all these different providers at a time, right? So that's one question. And the second is, do you have a product already built out?
So we have the coding for it, the first layer, but we are looking for a developer at the moment. And if anybody who is in the tech industry knows, developers are hard to come by sometimes, especially right now. There are a lot of people that are trying to build things out there. So we are struggling to find a developer that can take us from, here's the coding that we have first off, to making it something real. So that's one of the hurdles that we have. Another hurdle is, yes, of course, we're going to look at HIPAA compliance. We're going to look at who has access to all this data, how does the patient share it, and how do they make sure that their data is safe as well.
Okay, and then to just kind of follow up on that, whenever you're projecting out numbers, like you had projections as far as revenue, I didn't see anything in there as far as costs or what your projected costs are. I assume you did some projections to determine what your revenue is going to be. Do you have that?
Yes, so our lowest membership is at $79, and that is just for the navigator itself. That is, you have access to the system, you put all of your information in, you go and get your information from the physicians. The second tier and third tier, you have a personal navigator for yourself. That they will be the ones doing the work on your behalf, so they will sign that form that everybody has to sign. If you want to give access to somebody in your medical team, they will sign one of those forms giving MAS access so that we can collect everything, put it all into the navigator system. They have access to it. And that's up to $490 at the top here.
Is that monthly or annually?
Monthly, sorry, yes.
Okay, congrats for your presentation. How did you validate the adoption of the solution? Have you validated something?
We started with in-person first, so we have had patient advocates who have gone in and seen how the system worked with patients, and of course seen what hasn't worked. So that's where we realized there needs to be something that is all-encompassing, a digital infrastructure, so that way when the personal navigator or when the patient advocate is not available, because there are patient advocates not so much in our area, but nationally, when they are not available, then what does that look like? How will the patient still have control of their health care if the navigator is not able to be with them in person?
So you validated manually?
Yes.
Okay.
And that's time for the questions. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Applause for Ciara. All right, once again, thank you for being here at Startup Texas Pitch Fest presented by PNC Bank. Our next participant, Angela Hahn, she's presenting Amora Alliance Doing Business as Stellari. She's the chair of Global Climate Innovation Summit at the UN, and she loves hiking and cares a lot about sustainability, which will show in her pitch. So give it up for Angela Hahn.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Angela Hahn. I'm the founder and CEO of Stellar. We are an advanced material platform, and we're building the first structural protection layer for humans on Earth and beyond. It all started with a story. I moved from the Bay Area to Brownsville last year in 2025, for me, it feels like the early development of Silicon Valley, the new frontier, the trenches. I quickly started and test launched Stellar as a fashion store, fashion for Earth, Mars, and beyond. The grand opening is well attended by the mayor of Brownsville and the chamber. Our performance apparel is very popular among the ladies, and our Galactic Fest is one of the most popular events in downtown Brownsville. And then later, something unexpected happened. I started to develop severe sunburn and also mosquito bites after a few months I'm moving here. And I started to realize this is not a space problem. This is not a fashion problem. It's the material itself. So before we fix Mars, let's fix Earth first. And the case is not a single case. Actually, 1 in 5 Americans develop skin cancer. And the major reason is sun radiation and exposures to forever chemicals. More than 1 billion people are infected by insect-borne disease worldwide every year. But the current solution is fragmented and heavily chemical-based. For example, sunscreen and bug spray, you need to reapply it every few hours, and they're mostly chemical-based. I was trying to find apparel that can protect me from both, but I was never able to find one. The humans are unprotected. That's how Stellar evolved from a fashion store into a material platform. We solved this issue on the material level to block UV without coatings, to block insect bites through fabric structures, and also to eliminate forever chemicals. Our first prototype, Aegis, already achieved a UPF 50+ protection, significantly reduced insect bites, and have 0 forever chemicals. We're targeting a 300 million market for early adopters in regions like Texas, California, Florida, and countries like Australia. And apparel performance is just the entry point for us. Stellar is aiming to grow into a global material platform through global distribution and licensing our materials. We already have early interest from defense and also fields after our South by Southwest pitch competition as a finalist. Stellar did not start as a material platform. Instead, we started as a fashion store first, with more than 200 early customers and more than hundreds of interviews and conversations. The demand is clear. Our clients request UV protection, insect protection, at the same time, 0 forever chemicals. Ladies from Starbase are also recommending me to have more space-inspired fashion, to revolutionize fashion. I'm very grateful for all my clients. And this demand creates Aegis today. Looking at the competitive landscape, major brands from around the globe only focus on single protection or heavily chemical-based. Stellar is the only solution. We're structural, we provide dual protection, we have no forever chemicals, and we have no chemical coatings and no trade-offs. For the roadmap of Stellar, we're hoping to launch our core product by the end of this year. And by 2028, we're hoping to focus on more environmental exposures on Earth and eventually integrate smart textiles to our products. I am the founder of Stellar. After graduating from Harvard in 2021, I work as an independent space travel consultant looking for private astronauts to go to the International Space Station. I'm also the co-chair of the Global Innovation Summit at the United Nations. I deeply care about building a sustainable product that can benefit everyone everywhere. We're at the early stage of filing a provisional patent, and we're also being accepted by the Ruby Red cohort. We're asking for $600K for pre-seed to launch 50,000 units, and that will bring us to 3.3 million revenue for the first year, and more than 10 million potential if we license our materials. Join Stellar. to reimagine and revolutionize materials and fashion with us. Thank you.
Okay, let's get on with the questions. We have 4 minutes.
I know you showed a couple of examples of the types of products that y'all have. What exactly, can you describe what it looks like though? Like what type of product it is?
Yes, we used to be a women's fashion store. So we have top and bottoms for finished clothes. But right now, we also want to add men's fashion because there are lots of people come to our store demanding for men's fashion. So we have top and bottom performance apparel right now for both men and women.
What type of materials is this clothing, and where did you have the prototype done?
We're prototype with a manufacturer in North Carolina at this moment. So it's a different composition and structure of fabrics, of the existing fabrics. And right now we're working with them for the prototype and also the MVP. And they're also willing to work with us to launch for larger protections in the future.
That's it for questions? Or you have one? Go ahead.
Well, I mean, congratulations. You already have a customer base. You already have proof of concept. What has been your biggest challenge to date?
My biggest challenge is execution because I'm an early startup and the world moves fast. It's very important for us, Stellar, to be the leader of this protection, to be in this advanced material field. So for us, speed and execution is the most important.
Thank you.
Is it patent pending? Yes, right? The patent is pending?
We are at the early stage of filing a provisional patent at this moment.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, we have 1 more minute for questions, if you're done with the questions. That's it. Thank you so much, Angela. Applause.
Thank you, Angela. Okay, next up is Mr. Upal Roy. He is from Arisys Technology. Just a fun fact about him, he used to practice karate, and he is a microbiology professor. He has been a microbiology professor for 9 years at the University of Texas, Rio Grande Valley. Welcome, Upal.
Hello, everyone. My name is Upal Roy, and I'm the founder of Arisys Technology. There is a story behind this technology. This happened when my dad got sick and he got detected with epilepsy at the age of 65. He got the medicine, but the medicine had a side effect that he had to deal with, and that too every day. At that time, we realized that we are not alone. There are many families, they deal with the similar kind of effect when somebody gets sick and they deal with the side effects of the medicine. And if you look at the statistics, this is one of the 5th leading cause of the death in the United States. In 2022, there is 1.25 billion cases were reported. Given that, this condition gets a lot worse when you have a chronic conditions like depression, Alzheimer's disease, or Parkinson's. And what happened in these conditions is that these patients take these medicines every day. They go through the side effects of the medicines every day. And the most awful part is that it's the rest of their life. So what can we do to provide the part of the solution? So what we are proposing is we wanted to repackage these drugs, provided with our patented technology, and develop a drug that is targeted with far less side effects. Generally speaking, when nowadays people take the medicine, they take it every day. Potentially, they increase the dose of the medicine as well as we move on with the disease. But with our technology, what we'll do is that we will package this, and the patient has to take once in 2 weeks. and with the same dose, which will significantly reduce the side effects of the medicine. So we are familiar with the medicine. So we all know how the capsule size looks like today. So our technology is a smart capsules manufacturing technology, which will significantly reduce the size of the capsule, amount of the drug, and potentially targeting the drug to the disease. So that way, what will happen, compared to the similar technology that's out there, we have a targeted approach towards the brain, and we're also proposing to reduce the side effects of the medicine as well. So looking at the drug delivery market today, it's around $120 billion. Within that, if you're looking at a targeted long-acting drug delivery market, it's around $50 billion. And our interest within that is the Alzheimer and Parkinson, which is around $40 million with a potential annual increase of 20%. Given that business background, our model is business to business. We want to work with a pharmaceutical company, licensing some of the part of our technology and develop different types of medicine. We also will be working with the general nutritional corporations of the GNC store to develop vitamins or different nutritional supplement capsules. And potentially we can also work with a contract research organization, develop other technology based on this one. So given all three options, if you look at it, there are almost 10 to 18% annual growth. Nothing happens without a good team. So this team includes myself, Dr. Nee, and Dr. Todd Arnold. We have a cumulative experience around 20 to 25 years in academics and pharmaceutical industry. We do have an advisor who will look at our management, business expansion, and as well as the marketing. So this technology, the concept was born in 2021. So we had a little bit of funding from National Institute of Health. We potentially developed that, and we patented or filed the patent in 2024. And ARSYS technology was born in 2025. At this time, we are looking for a funding to develop the prototype and potentially apply for a small business innovation grant for US government, SBIR1 and SBIR2 phase. So our target is that launch this business is 2030 with a prototype and as well as FDA approval. So our target is to develop research and development with the $250K for the next 2 years and potentially expand this with the FDA approval and the SBIR applications another 4 to 6 years and potentially increase the business from 1 billion to 3 billion in the next 10 years. So what we are looking for at this time around $250K to develop the product so that it can get to the SBIR phase. We are definitely looking for the champions in the field who will help us to get there. And potentially, we are also looking for a motivated individual who will work with us to develop this technology to the next level. Given that, I would request you to put your hands together to develop a treatment for a long-term condition such as Alzheimer and Parkinson's with the minimum side effects. Thank you so much. Thanks for your attention.
Four minutes, start now.
Great presentation. My question is, how much is the cost for this product? Like, how much could this increase the base cost of that drug?
That will significantly reduce as the technology itself will reduce the amount of drug. And you will be taking once in 2 weeks compared to the drug that you're taking it every day. So that itself, if it's a simple math, would tell us that this will reduce the overall cost of the medicine.
So to kind of piggyback on that, take me through the process. So is it a technology of the capsule? Is it that you're synthesizing the drug product? Are you reducing the amount that they're taking? So are you doing it with every single drug that's being both generic and brand that's being produced?
It's both. So we are developing the capsules. We are also reformulating the drug. This is the part of the patent that we have it with RGV that we are working on right now. So what we'll do is that we'll reduce the number of the capsules as well as the size of the capsules. And we are also reformulating the drug in such a way so that it has a special property to release it slow and also release it at the target wherever the disease is. So that's the technology that we are trying to establish.
Thank you.
So imagine that Trey is going to invest in this startup. So Trey is going to invest in the technology or in the company?
We are open for both at this time. As I mentioned, our objective is to get to the SBIR phase 1. So what we are looking for is that who will help us to get there, whether it's a prototype development, staffing, whatever that's need, because our options are open. We are ready to work with anybody.
And in a situation like this, what would you consider success, or at what point will the FDA actually approve it? Because I'm not sure, I mean, whenever you do a product like this, I'm not sure if this is going to be considered a new drug or what exactly constitutes success, because I've seen in pharmaceuticals, trials can take years, cost hundreds of millions of dollars. So I'm kind of wondering, okay, is this, like, how far along? Do you have any idea how long it's going to take to get the patent, and then also some sort of budget or timeline for FDA trial and approval?
Sure. So I will answer the last part of your question was the patent. The patent is already in the file, and it's in the final phase of approval with each RGV. So that's something we're about to license. The product development, reason being, this is an already approved drug in the market. So we are repurposing. So repurposing of the drug is relatively easy as far as the FDA approval, because it doesn't go through all across the new drug formulation. It's not a new drug molecule. It's not the molecule that we are inventing for the first time. And what we are doing is the repackaging of the drug. So that's the technology we are establishing here. So which has a far lesser hurdle than usually what we see in the new drug or new vaccine or something like that.
And just out of curiosity, are you able to access any data or information from this particular medication that you're trying to reformulate? So maybe access to trial information as to, okay, you're trying to change the dose, so is there any information out there that this particular dose you're thinking about has already been attempted, and
yes.
Is that
so the answer to your question is yes, because we can go to the clinical.gov where we can look at all the trials that happened with this particular compounds or the medicine. We also have the research tools that we can bring it to, find out what exactly been done in the market that's out there, and as well as based on that, we can strategize what kind of trial we want to do. Is that a trial it's going to change the field versus is that the trial it's really going to be very applicable, and that's what the market needs at this time.
And that's time for the questions. Thank you so much, Yupo. Plus. All right, we're halfway through it. Our next participant, Luis Hernandez, considers himself an animal person. He currently has 3 cats. And in the past, he had 2 Great Danes at the same time, which is quite an achievement on its own. Those are huge dogs. And in the past, he used to be an aspiring professional tennis player. So, round of applause for Luis Hernandez.
Right. Hello, everybody. My name is Luis. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Obsequia. We're building AI agents to help restaurants automate orders and bookings. Meet Carlos. He has a very successful restaurant in LA, but he is overwhelmed by all the orders he needs to manually process that are coming from phones, WhatsApp, and text messages. And it is taking him up to 4 hours a day in order to put all these orders directly into the POS system, which is the computer every restaurant has. So he needs a better system, and that's why we built Obsequia. It is an AI platform that helps restaurants deploy AI agents directly from their POS system so that the agents now take all of the orders and bookings on behalf of Carlos. This is revolutionizing the way Carlos works in fundamental ways. It is also built so that restaurants can use it without the need of any coding or technical expertise. You simply download Obsequia directly from the App Store of the POS system, such as Square or Clover, and then you sync the phone number that you currently use. And automatically, the AI will understand the menus of your restaurant, ingredients, time of booking times, etc. And for the restaurant, it's also revolutionizing how much economic value they can provide. One, we're improving labor efficiencies, up to $1,000 savings in labor efficiencies. Because the AI agents also work 24/7, Carlos will never miss a call or an order, This is driving up to $3,000 a month in additional revenue. And we also save up to $5,000 in Uber Eats and DoorDash fees because now they can order through us instead of those platforms, which charge a lot of fees for restaurants. We started just a few months ago, and we have made incredible partnerships, and we have now over 600 restaurants on our waiting list ready to be onboarded, which we're doing right now. And this represents over $1 million in annual recurring revenue. And our business model is very simple to understand. We charge $50 a month and then 20 cents for every transaction that goes through our platform. This is actually very competitive in the restaurant business, where it's not uncommon to see restaurants paying thousands of dollars for very basic chatbots that don't really do much. We're starting by focusing in an underserved market, which is Hispanic restaurant owners, which consists of around 150,000 just in the US. This is because these restaurants tend to have this problem the most intensively. By just capturing 1/3 of this market, we can reach $100 million in annual recurring revenue. However, we don't have to stop there. We can also then go on to other demographics or geographic locations. Our go-to-market strategy is by having Obsequia embedded in the marketplaces of POS systems, because this makes it frictionless for restaurants to adopt our solution, which is very, very important as you want to scale. And we're also partnering with restaurant associations across state lines, because that's where we can interact with our customers the most efficient way. Our competitors consist of mainly three types of companies. One is the basic chatbots that everybody's tired of, that are very basic, they're cheap, but they don't really integrate with any workflow of a restaurant, so they're not really very useful. There's also POS systems, which we partner them. Their agents are mainly helping restaurants solve the back end of the restaurant, but not really customer-facing solutions. And then finally, AI tools like Claude and OpenAI. However, these solutions still require a lot of technical expertise. If you want to build an AI agent with these tools integrated to your POS system, you better have good developers knowing what they're doing. It's going to cost a lot of money. Our main thing that makes us very, very, very strong with other competitors, our moat, is our high switching costs. Once we're embedded into a restaurant, it's very hard for them to switch. The team consists of myself. I have a background in business economics. I worked at the Boston Consulting Group before I started Obsequia, and my co-founder, Ruben, has over 15 years of enterprise software experience, and he's one of the few developers in the world that is certified by Anthropic as an AI engineer. Our roadmap is exciting. We have 600 restaurants we're onboarding right now. In the next 6 months, we'll be live with 85 POS systems, and we'll be available in over 90% of restaurants in the US. In 18 months, we're expected to be live in 2,500 restaurants, creating over $5 million in annual recurring revenue. Our ask for the next 2 weeks, for just RGV investors, we'll be opening a $100,000 pre-seed round, and this will be only open for a week. So if you're interested, tickets start at $5,000, and then we'll be closing this round because we'll be back building. Thank you.
All right, let's start the questions.
So you may have explained it, but I got a little confused. One of the biggest issues that I have when I'm trying to order through, you mentioned some of the Uber Eats and some of those things, is just how accurate it is compared to the menu that they offer. Mm-hmm. So how is it that you're able to overcome that, for one? And two, explain to me the savings, if really the cost on the Uber and the convenience is the delivery. Are you doing delivery too? Yeah, so that's a good question. So when you connect with our AI connects to the POS system, it learns everything on your menu. So as the customer is asking, hey, what do you have, what do you order, that information is coming directly from
whatever the restaurant has in their POS system, which is exact. But you can, and it also allows the user to be very specific, like, hey, only send me all the vegetarian options. And it knows the ingredients, so it will only show you the vegetarian options that the restaurant offers. In terms of the delivery, we do not do the delivery, so that's very important to say. So a lot of POS systems have the ability to use third-party delivery networks. Actually, DoorDash and Uber Eats offer this option where it's like, we will not show you on the app, but we will do the delivery for you, and they'll charge significantly less fees. So what normally would happen is that the order will come through us, and then the restaurant will use one of these third-party deliveries, but at a much smaller fee than if they're in the App Store of Uber Eats and DoorDash. Yeah.
Luis, do you have any experience in restaurants?
Myself, I'm not in the restaurant business, but over the past months, I was working deeply with it. So that's how I actually started working with PoloTap, which have over 600 restaurants. Yeah.
I'm just asking because I actually own a restaurant. We do almost $1 million in revenue per year. And I think your issue is going to be in the value proposition because I have Toast, which is a POS. It's probably the leading POS.
Yeah.
It's a publicly owned company, and that costs me several $100s a month. And I have the capability to do online ordering through Toast.
Yeah.
Where I think you may have something is if you consider, and I'm not aware of any program that does this, but if you consider potentially doing some sort of AI chatbot that's able to take orders like over the phone that translates that,
Yeah.
I think there's value in that.
Yeah.
Doing online ordering, I think there's probably better competitors that are better funded and cheaper. So I think you're going to have a problem there. But I think what I don't know is doing it through the phone. That might be an advantage for you.
Okay.
So what have you considered with regards to protecting your product? For example, like how do you prevent someone else from kind of like copying the same things? You mentioned that there's other AI agents out there. How do you make sure that no one else kind of has the same thing?
Well, look, we cannot prevent anybody from copying us. The reality of the matter, the way we are working is we are partnering directly with the POS systems. What's interesting is that a lot of the POS systems we talk to, these are companies that have thousands of restaurants on their platform. They're like, hey, nobody's doing this for us. You're the first person that is coming to us that is building all of these things for us. And we know we have restaurants that are being overwhelmed through these channels. And so we are just like, hey, at some point, some people might start jumping in, but what we are saying is that we have the head start. Once a restaurant starts using us, we become part of their workflow. It's hard for them to switch, and that's what we're doing. Yeah.
So you have six customers now, right?
600 customers already on the pipeline, and we already onboarded around 10 or 15 of them, and we're onboarding around 10 or 20 per week.
And what have you learned from them? And what is your roadmap?
So what we've learned is the savings that we've been able to generate that I've talked about. And our roadmap is the following. Right now, we're live in Clover. We're live in PoloTap and Shopify POS. But in the next 6 months, our roadmap is, one, we are going to be launching with phone. Right now, we offer WhatsApp, iMessage, and SMS. Actually, in the next weeks, we'll be launching with, we're starting to work to launch with phone support and bookings. So we'll have integration with OpenTable so that restaurants can also take all of their bookings directly through OpenTable. It'll be synced together with POS. And then from there, we're actually partnering with DeliveryX so that we have integration with over 85 POSs in the United States, which means that we'll be live with over 90% of restaurants in the US. So that's, by the next 6 months, we're doing all of that.
And that's time. I'm sorry.
You should include that data on your pitch.
Okay,
Because it's
perfect.
brilliant.
Thank you.
All right, how is everybody feeling? Good? How is it going? They're great, right? Give it up for our entrepreneurs. All right, so you guys, that doesn't mean you can get up, but just to shake it up a little, I am going to introduce tonight's sponsor. This cannot happen without the partnerships that we have and build here at RGV Startup Week, and we cannot do it without them. So I want to introduce Mr. Robert Rosell to come up and say a few words on behalf of PNC Bank, sponsor for Startup Texas.
Well, thank you, Linda. And just real quick, just to introduce myself, my name is Robert Roselle. I'm the Vice President, Community Development Officer for PNC Bank. Part of the area that I cover is here in Brownsville, so super excited to be here with you all tonight. But just to share a little bit about the work that we do, so part of the Community Development Banking team is to really support the communities that we're based in. So you can kind of think of us as an ecosystem, that BCIC is trying to create here with RGV Startup Week. And we want to support our entrepreneurs, our nonprofits, and the communities that we serve in. So just really wanted to share those words with you all. Super excited to be here with you all tonight. Really want to congratulate everyone that's presented so far. I think great presentations. I think it takes a lot of courage to get up here and, for them to put themselves out here. So definitely want to give them another round of applause and just wanted to say thank you. So.
Thank you, Robert, for your support and for always supporting RGV Startup Week. All right, are we ready to continue on? Yeah? So let me introduce our next presenter, Geraldine Perez. She is with GPS Systems AI. Geraldine is presenting a father and daughter business tonight, and she loves animals, has a dog named Oatmeal, and a frog. Welcome, Geraldine.
Hi everyone. Has anyone here ever spent hours doing repetitive work but felt like you actually didn't move your business forward? Well, last year I started working with my dad in his business, and I found myself doing all this repetitive but necessary work, like collecting data, organizing information, and doing other small processes that took hours. Now, I thought, maybe I'm kind of acting like a little robot, no? So I thought to myself, maybe this kind of work shouldn't be done by people anymore. Hi, I'm Geraldine, founder of GPS Systems AI, and our mission is to help businesses save time and reduce costs. Now, we believe people shouldn't do the work that machines can do. We believe time is a business's most valuable asset, and we exist to give that time back. Now, smaller businesses have the same problem. Small teams are overloaded with daily operational tasks. Hiring more employees is just too expensive. And because of that, up to 16 to 20 hours a week are lost on these repetitive tasks, ultimately having these business owners struggle with growth and actually scaling their business. Now, we believe our solution is we replace that manual work with intelligent automation. We automate the work to handle these repetitive tasks. We work them 24/7 and do more with less. Now, our product is a set of custom AI agents that do these repetitive automation tasks. Now they can do things like handle customer responses like emails and chats. They can do data scraping and entry, and all while working 24/7 with reliable performance. Now, it's also easy to set up. No coding or technical experience is needed from the customer, ultimately saving the customer and the business time and money. Now, our market opportunity is large and growing. Our total addressable market for these AI-driven business automation tools is $100 billion. And we're focusing mainly on small to mid-sized businesses that are actively adopting these automation tools, which is around $5 billion to $15 billion serviceable addressable market. Now, we want to start with service-based businesses like logistics, real estate companies, and marketing agencies, which is around 500,000 to 3 million for our serviceable attainable market. Now, our business model is very simple. We charge a one-time setup fee to build these custom AI agents, following with a monthly subscription for ongoing support and automation. And as your business grows, we grow with you, adding additional agents, features, and add-ons over time and as needed. Now, we began in 2025, where we began development, we identified the problem, and we built our first solutions. 2026, as of now, we have 2 active clients, and these AI agents are running real workflows, saving hours for these clients. By 2027, we would like to have 10 new clients and expand our use cases. And over the next 5 years, our goal is to have 200 or more clients and scale our automation solutions. Now, for these repetitive tasks, businesses have a few options. They can either hire employees, but this is high cost and low efficiency as it is around $30,000 or less or more per year per employee, and it's limited to working hours. They can also do it themselves with AI tools, but it is time consuming and confusing as it requires setup, constant tweaking, and trial and error. They can also go into automation agencies, but it is expensive and can be slow, as it is around $2,000 to $10,000 upfront charge fee and has a long setup time. Now, GP Systems does things a little bit differently. We custom make these AI agents specifically for your business. We have a fast and affordable setup fee starting at $600 a month, and we scale with you. Now, as mentioned, we currently have 2 active clients, generating us $1,200 a month, and over the next 3 years, we like to scale our customer acquisition. Now, each of these clients is paying $600 a month. Our service costs stay fairly low, around $50 to $100 a month for tools and maintenance, and giving us a strong 80 to 90% margin per client. Now, because of our consistent monthly revenue and our low operational costs, this allows us to stay highly profitable early on and allow us to keep our low customer acquisition costs and scale without hiring. My name is Geraldine Perez, founder of GP Systems AI, where we build AI agents for repetitive business tasks. This is Steve Perez, co-founder and advisor with experience in business operations and logistics. Now, our goal is we want to partner with agencies and networks that can refer clients. We like to seek mentorship from founders who have experience scaling service businesses, ultimately helping us to onboard more businesses and grow monthly revenue. And of course, expand into new industries using these proven solutions. Now, if you'd like more information, you can go ahead and scan this QR code, and it will take you to our landing page, and you can leave your information down below, and we will get back to you. Thank you.
Let's start at 4 minutes for questions.
Great presentation. You mentioned that you have a relatively faster setup than some of the larger companies. How many hours would y'all say y'all put to getting a customer set up with the AI agents?
As of now, we're between a week, so it is a few more hours, but that is why we're not as expensive as these other clients.
How is this not a consultancy services, and what is the entry barrier for your competition?
What is the what, sorry?
The entry barrier, the barrier.
The barrier.
Yes.
Oh, okay. How far we can go?
No, the barrier for your competitors.
Oh, okay. Well, right now, as we're still too early on, we still don't have a specific barrier. But after this presentation, we can get back to you and help you understand that.
So the existing clients you have, what kind of business are they in?
They're both businesses that require just copy pasting. So we're not too deep into having something more private yet. One of our customers is a newsletter article online, and he just requires us to have information from another website organized and set into his website. So they're just, it's marketing.
So as you're pitching your product to, we'll take the real estate market. You say that there's a lot of automation that can take place, but like, what is your competitive advantage? Why would a real estate agent ask you to do work, and what is the work that you can do?
Well, depending on the size of that agency, we're mainly focusing on smaller businesses that maybe can't afford to get more employees and expensive automation agencies. So we're mainly focusing on those.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
We have 2 more minutes if anyone wants to ask more questions. I think we're good. Thank you so much, Geraldine.
Thank you.
Quick announcement, if you have anyone watching online at home, we are live streaming on Facebook, on RGV Startup Facebook page. Also on YouTube, on the Brownsville Community Improvement Corporation YouTube channel. That's Brownsville CIC, if you want to look it up. Just if anyone's watching at home, you can tell them that, hey, you couldn't join us today, but you can still stream it. Now, our next participant, Tashan Boupierre, he is a father who loves his family and also loves playing soccer. So give it up for Tashan Boupierre and parent match.
Good evening, guys. My name is Tashan Boupierre. I am the founder and CEO of ParentMatch, where we build intentional families safely. We are not a dating app. We are a parenthood platform. So ParentMatch isn't a niche for me. It started because of a moment. When my daughter was born, what was supposed to be the happiest moment of my life nearly costed my partner her life. In that moment, I knew I could never ask her to go through something like that again, and yet, I still felt the need to want to grow my family. So, I started looking into other options, surrogacy, co-parenting, and what I found was confusing, fragmented, and honestly, really unsafe. And the more I look, the more something hit me. Today, the current system only solves for one path: medical infertility. But what happens if you don't fit that path? You're left navigating through a very broken system. We're also witnessing a massive shift. People are delaying their paths to parenthood. Fertility rates are at an all-time low. And families, they don't look the same anymore. But the system has not caught up. So, if you go the non-traditional route, you're left with two options: pay $30,000+ to clinics, or rely on unverified online groups, which isn't just chaotic, it's dangerous. So we built ParentMatch, a structured platform with direct access to matches and support, with a dedicated ecosystem for intentional family building, verified users in a secure environment, and guided matching based on intent, not swipes. This is not a dating app. This is infrastructure for family building. And we kept the process simple. Users come in, they discover smart vetted profiles, they connect in a direct, safe manner, and when there's alignment, they grow, legally beginning their journeys. Everything is built around one thing: trust. When we took a size back, we realized this wasn't just a personal issue for me. The US fertility, donor, and co-parenting market is a $5 billion market, with over 20 million people actively seeking non-traditional paths to parenthood. Even capturing a small percentage of that creates a massive opportunity. And the model is pretty simple. We gain revenue through subscriptions, transaction-based services, and partnerships commissions with legal and clinical advisors. This not only gives us recurring revenue, but also scalable towards mass expansion. And when you look at what's out there, other platforms either lack trust, structure, or intent-based matching. ParentMatch is the only platform combining all three, built specifically for co-parenting, not dating. I lead operations and growth, and my co-founder, Kirk Blackmore, who is a biotech scientist with deep product evaluation skills and a father himself. So this isn't theoretical for us. We're building through lived experiences. Yes, we're early, but we're seeing real traction. With over 200+ early user signups, 15 live hand matches, and also consultations with 5 expert advisors on the legal and clinical side as we move from traction into launch. With a $30 monthly ARPU and multiple revenue streams, we project strong growth over the next 5 years with a clear plan to break even by year 3 and profitability shortly after. So we're raising $350,000 pre-seed to launch within our first 2 to 4 cities, gain our first few thousand users, and also validate clinical and donor partnerships. We're also seeking strategic help in marketplace, healthcare, and also trust-based platforms. This is an issue that millions of people are facing. And PairMatch is building the first structured safety-first platform in order to build your family. Thank you.
Four minutes.
So just for a little bit of clarity, is this like for surrogacy? Is this for foster care? What is your market? And in the child custody process, there's an ad litem. So who represents the child if the child is already a child in this process?
Yes, so this isn't for foster care. This is for surrogacy, co-parents, LGBTQ community, women, men who are successful in their careers that decide dating apps or love isn't for them and they still want to grow their families. This gives them a way to grow their families in a legal but also in a safe manner that don't rely on Facebook groups or spending large amounts of money in clinics. Yeah.
What sort of legal barriers have you faced so far in launching this to where you're at now?
So we really haven't faced legal barriers as each state have different means when it comes to building families. Governments are actually how should I rephrase? Governments are actually sponsoring this because, again, the birth rates are declining and governments are looking to fund actual programs who progress for family building. So we haven't faced any legal troubles yet as we grow, but we are keeping track with a few legal advisors to make sure that we are growing within ethical standards.
Then one other quick question. What are the other revenue streams besides monthly subscriptions?
So partnership commissions, that's with legal advisors, law firms, and also clinics. As we grow from B2C, we will transition from B2B to where we will become a hot lead source for them when bringing them customers that want legal contracts and also, I guess discounts for clinics as well as we partner with them. Oh, and along with subscriptions, we'll offer as PairMatch Plus verification models as far as taxes and stuff like that. So we'll gain with different programs we have that gains users access with subscriptions as well.
Thank you. You've highlighted in your presentation the trust and safety aspect. How do you all ensure that aspect of it?
So we have a trust-based scoring system. So each online users, as they fill out certain applications, whether it's giving us your health information or just ID verification, we use our trust-based system to let someone know the seriousness of the user. And then we also use ID verification as well through third-party platforms to ensure that we're securing our users safely and not wasting their time.
Good questions. Thank you so much, Tashawn.
Thank you.
Oh, one more? We're good? Yes, judges? Right. Okay, thank you, Tashawn.
All right, our next presenter is Jaime Salazar. He is the founder of Security Insights. He's originally from San Benito, loves gardening, especially flowers, and loves corny jokes. Welcome, Jaime.
Robb Elementary, Uvalde, Texas. Buford Bar and Grill, Austin, Texas. Parkland High School, Parkland, Florida. Mardi Gras, New Orleans. Mall of the Americas, Twin Cities. In the United States, over 5,000 people have been killed in mass shootings and active attacks in the last several years. These incidents are occurring in schools, workplaces, and retail locations. Early detection, which leads to a faster response, would have saved lives. Good evening. I'm Jaime Salazar. I'm a former high-ranking federal agent with over 35 years of experience in national security and intelligence, critical infrastructure protection, public safety, and I am the founder of Security Insights. So what's happening? Although 90% of businesses have cameras and access control and other alarms, they're not integrated. Fewer than 10% are actually monitoring these cameras on a daily basis. So we are recording events rather than preventing them. Why? There's a decentralized system. Several factors are causing this. We all have cameras in our businesses and locations. We have access control. We have other alarms. However, they are not integrated and we are not monitoring them. Therefore, we have passive surveillance that's happening. In addition to that, we have a limited number of guards and police officers. Therefore, this is causing a lot of the issues to a lot of our businesses. At Security Insights, we identify, we verify, and we notify. We are providing integrated detection. So what does that mean? We are taking camera systems, access control, and we are using AI to bring those together. This is allowing our customers and us to provide better information faster to the client. We integrate that detection through verified AI detection capabilities, and we have a human verification process. That's a human in the loop. Although the AI is identifying the detection and the anomaly, a human in the loop is saying, yes, that's correct, that is a threat. And we have an automated notification system, and that's where we're using the AI as well. What does that mean? You tell us, it's a logic structure. If this happens, then we do this. If we detect an alarm, if we detect a weapon, if we detect an intrusion, this is what we do next. We are giving back our clients critical seconds and minutes that'll save lives. Our remote security operations center as a service is an integrated system of systems. We have brought together technology, people, and processes, AI processes at that. That allows us to positively identify, verify, and notify. Again, giving our clients back seconds and minutes back where they can do what they do best, establish their security protocols. How do we do this? A single pane of glass. We are integrating the systems and providing an easy way to monitor all of the systems. We do this and we provide C3I, command, control, coordination, and information, specifically going back to our clients. We do this through persistent monitoring, 24/7, human verification to ensure that when we detect an anomaly, there is a human using AI to inform that human and validate that there is an anomaly or a threat, and we notify our clients. We subsequently provide them with an automated notification. This is where the experience comes in. We're automating that playbook. We know if something happens at a K-12 school, that's one response. If it happens at a university or a college campus, that requires a different response. We know that this is what happens for us to move forward and provide our clients with the information. This is a massive untapped market. These are the numbers on the global scale, US physical security scale, and if you look at the top there, in the aggregate, this is the money being spent today on what? On cameras and access control and other alarms. Not integrated yet. Therefore, that in the aggregate is the market we're going after. We're built for scale and designed for margin. Revenue scales every year for us while the core costs originally stay the same. Each new client will significantly increase our profitability, and we break even, we achieve that with a very small client base. Multiple streams of income. Primary source of income will be monitoring. These are reoccurring monthly and annual reoccurring costs for us. Secondary sources are cameras and access control, AI as a software, and the installation, but all of it based on threat assessments which we provide. Business scales without additional cost. Subscriptions are per site and per sensor. Every camera and every door and every alarm is a potential for us, and we offer maintenance and operations contracts as well. We have shaped, validated, and we're ready to scale. Technology, partnerships, active demand signals from clients, implementation, all of that to get us to our initial operating capability. You can see that we've done this through Q1 and Q2. By Q3, we anticipate being able to move forward throughout this. Our competitor analysis is simple. We've identified the core capabilities. Security Insights has all of that experience where you can see our competitors lack in some of those areas. Why? Because of our team. We have brought together IT professional for cyber and enterprise risk management. We have brought together access control and camera system integrators. That is what helps us out. Security Insights is building the future of security operations, and we're asking you to help us with network connections, industry partnerships, and accelerated client introductions. We ask you at Security Insights to join us and help us provide a solution by joining us in what we do. Thank you very much. Any questions?
Yes, how do you develop the data set? Do you have your own data set for the, the models that, I think it's like a vision, artificial computer vision and all that stuff. So do you have your own data set?
Yeah, so what we're doing is we're taking some existing AI products that are out there, and yes, we have to provide that information. For example, if it's from the weapon detection side of the house, we introduce a library of all the weapons known that we have access to, but then we also have to train that AI at each specific location. That is how we ensure that we get to the right for our client base.
But you have trained models now. You have,
yes,
okay.
Absolutely, yes.
And the data set is yours, right? The data set is yours.
The data set is ours, the AI is not. Yes.
So I have a lot of questions, but just because it's fascinating. But so what is your customer to individual ratio? Like, I would imagine that you said you have a live person who's doing verification. Like, what is your human capital look like? For question number one. And question number two is there verification? Do they then call the property owner and say, hey, is this occurring?
Yes, thank you for that question. Great question. So yes, absolutely. So for example, there's a ratio that we will use, but it depends on the client. So it's not a cookie cutter. I can't say that for every 200 cameras, I'm going to have one individual watching. That is where we're maximizing the use of AI. It's going to depend on the hardware and software that we use. So in one system, I can have one individual looking at about 50 to 80 cameras. The AI does a majority of the work. When an anomaly that we have identified that it needs to detect is identified, it brings it down from a large 85-inch monitor down to in front of me. Now my monitor knows that that's who I need to focus on. Once we identify and verify that, let's just say it's weapon detection that we've identified, then right next to it, the AI, which we've spent time with the client has told us through the logic model, if there is a door that's propped open because somebody left it open, then I want you to notify these individuals. If you see a weapon, I want you to lock the school down or the location, and then I want you to notify these individuals. That's how we scale that.
I mean, I just want to congratulate you. That was a really good presentation. I think anybody that's in the audience would be willing to jump on and sign on for your product. I actually was coincidentally part of a startup called Prepared 911 that started, it was started by 3 Yale dropouts. 2 of them were actually involved in a school shooting, and that's what motivated them to start an app. They started an emergency response app that scaled and wound up being acquired by Axon. You can look up how much. But I was part of that from the very beginning. So I saw kind of how hard it was to adopt, how to get that integration, how hard it was to get people signed on and on board. There's all sorts of companies and apps out there that are already doing a lot of this work for you. I think you can probably acquire the data pretty quickly. What I haven't seen though, which I think may be a niche for you, is doing this for like home security. I think that's an opportunity. We were focused on, we actually built an app which was a platform for emergency management for municipalities and governments. So that's now with Axon, but I do see an opportunity in other areas like retail, home, and other places like that. I think it's a good idea, so I wish you the best.
Thank you, sir.
That's time. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're down to our last participant, Crystal Garcia with Imuna. She has 5 dogs. However, two of them are too small to be considered dogs. She practices Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and she used to be in a wheelchair when she was little, and now she's running 10Ks. Give it up for Crystal Garcia with Imuna.
Thank you. And yes, my name is Crystal Garcia, Chief Communications Officer and co-founder of Imuna. But before that, I was a broadcast journalist for 11 years. Now, during that time, my main job was to uncover truth. When I began my own wellness journey, I realized, ironically, there wasn't a lot of truth behind what we were eating, and most importantly, what it did to our bodies. Now, millions of people around the world are going into grocery stores saying, I want to start my own health journey, but they're being led in the dark. They're getting misleading marketing that was never meant to benefit their health, reading long and hard to understand food labels, not left with many options. So because of this, they make a guess. Ironically, we learned today that that guess can lead to several chronic illnesses, which we see are rising, especially in our younger generations. Many of them being diabetes, heart disease, and even certain types of cancers we now know can be linked directly back to the food additives that we consume every day. So that's exactly where Immuna steps in. We're providing transparency, real-time insights, and healthy alternatives personalized to you. So here's how Immuna works. You simply take out your phone, scan any food or drink product, see instantly the additives that are inside, and learn what those additives do to your body using AI analysis to grab the latest health reports. But we don't just stop there, we take it a step further. We show you where there's healthier options local to you and, more importantly, personalized to your specific health needs and wants. And if you're like me and don't feel like driving around, that's okay because you can purchase those items directly through the Immuna app. And we know right now that wellness is growing, it's booming. In fact, it's a $7.3 trillion industry, and it has no intention of slowing down. But for right now, Immuna's target audience are those who are currently already investing in their health. Now, unlike other apps, Immuna has 3 streams of revenue. We have our marketplace commissions, we have our monthly subscriptions from our premium users, and our local and global partner brands. Now, to have a global wellness app, you need a global team, and that's exactly what we have. 4 people, 4 different countries with the same vision in mind. All of us have different qualities, but most of them land right within technology, business, and communications. So how do we get our customers? Well, yes, there are influencer partnerships because who doesn't love social media? But good old-fashioned grassroots marketing is what we found works the best, being out in the communities and at your events. Now, I'm really excited to say that Immuna has hit some pretty impressive milestones in only 6 months. We've launched our MVP in both the Apple and Google Play Store. Along with that, we've also acquired in only 3 weeks 1,000 user signups for our wait list, as well as established a few local brand partnerships and 2 global brand partnerships. But most excitingly of all, recently we signed a partnership for Immuna to be used in a new reality TV show where 12 contestants on their own wellness journey will be using Immuna to help guide their healthy choices. Now, it's true there are other apps out there, especially food scanning apps. However, most stop at the tip of the iceberg. Immuna takes it a step further. We personalize it to your health, to what you want and what you need. Now, we're predicting within the first year to have over 11,000 users based on the traction we recently showed you. With that, we're planning to see a revenue of over $300,000. However, with aggressive marketing, we plan to double those numbers. Now, today, we're asking for $150,000 to finalize Immuna's marketplace and premium subscription plan and to aggressively market and continue scaling. As you've probably seen by now, Immuna is not just another wellness app. It's a global movement launched right here from South Texas, and we want each of you to be part of it. Thank you.
Questions?
How did you source your team?
So I was a broadcast journalist, as mentioned, which means we do a lot of stories. During COVID, when the world went crazy, essentially I ran into George, who is from Greece, and he developed a platform there that was moving faster than any of the counties or states tracking people with COVID. And I did a story on that, but we remained friends, especially with any technological questions. And with that, we just continued to grow when we started to consider Immuna, that it wasn't just something we were passionate about, that we could take this further. So with that, we brought in 2 other people who are expertise, one an economics professor, and the other who has owned businesses and scaled platforms like Immuna.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think you've got a good name, a good product, and a good story. I saw that you have a wait list of 1,000 users. Does that mean you're not live, or are you planning to go live at some point with the app?
So our MVP is technically in the App Store. However, I don't like giving false promises, and right now, because it is not fully complete, the marketplace aspect, we haven't necessarily told people it is. What we did was our initial discovery period, and within that initial discovery period, in those 3 weeks, that's where we acquired the 1,000 users.
I think it's great. Keep going.
Thank you.
Great work, great presentation. One of my questions is kind of touching upon, have y'all considered any form of protection of your idea, like patent, copyright, any of that kind of case? I know you mentioned there's some similar products out there, but y'all seem, different, special.
Yes, most definitely. So of course, trademarking the name was a step 1, right? We definitely jumped on that. As far as patenting, we are constantly doing that research and that process right now. However, we do expect that once the world realizes, hey, Immuna's out there, these are all the different functionalities they have, we may see, I guess, copycats per se. However, we've already drafted plans for phase 2 and 3, staying a step ahead. It is quite a complex app in itself, so it would take them quite a while to redo that.
No more questions? Thank you, Crystal.
Thank you.
All right, what did you guys think? Yeah, awesome. So here's our next step. We are going to take our judges to the deliberation room. While we do that, we are opening the showcase. So join our founders in the back room. It's called the PNC room, to join them and talk to them and connect with them on a more personal level. We invite you all to join the showcase room in the back while our judges deliberate to see who our winners are. Thank you, everybody. Take a break, get a drink. There's still some food left. Everybody, it's time to come back to the stage. Everybody, we welcome back to the main stage so we can celebrate our entrepreneurs. Come on back. Thank you, everybody, for coming back and sticking around to come see who our best of show is for tonight's demo day here at the Startup Texas Pitch Fest. Did everybody have fun tonight? Yeah? Yeah? Thank you. Thank you for sticking around. I know it's late, but hey, it's Wednesday. What do we call Wednesday? Hump day. Never mind. Okay, so we're going to bring our participants up to stage one by one to give them a recognition for taking the courage to be up here tonight and doing their pitch and their presentations. We are so proud of them. Each one of them deserves the applause and the celebration and the recognition. It is not easy. It is not easy to go through a program like this, and it's not easy to be up here. So congratulations to all of them. So by no order, we are bringing them up so we can give them their certificates. Sierra Perez, coming up. Okay, let me see. Corey, is she Corey with you? Yes? All right, let me bring our CEO and president of Brownsville Community Improvement Corporation so we can take some pictures, and there are pictures right there. Angela Han, coming up. Upal Roy, Dr. Upal Roy, come on up. You come over here. You can come over here. You can say hi to us over here. Luis Hernandez, coming up. Yeah. You want to be up close to the stairs so we can. You have his? Congratulations, Luis.
Congratulations.
Geraldine Perez, coming up. Tashawn Bierpier, coming up. Congratulations. Here, we'll move this way so you can squeeze in here. And Crystal Garcia, coming up. All right, so these, oh, and Jaime, I'm sorry, Jaime. Jaime Salazar, come on up. I was like, oh my God. And of course I forget the tallest one. I was like, you did not.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. A round of applause to all our graduates. I'm so sorry, Jaime. We love you. So with that, we have the best of show, which goes to that venture that kind of made the judges, So without further ado, you want to do a drum roll? Our best of show winner for the 2026 Startup Texas Pitch Fest competition is Crystal Garcia, Imuna. Take a picture. Thank you, everybody, for participating. We're going to take some pictures. Please congratulate all our graduates because they deserve it. Each one of them has done a phenomenal job and will continue doing a phenomenal job with all of us here at the incubator at eBridge. So congratulations, guys. We are very proud of you. And, you know, let's keep working at it. Yes. Thank you.